Hello students, myself Suresh VS. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to start a new lesson from your textbook Vistas. It's your fifth chapter. The title of the lesson is Should Wizard Hit Mummy? Should Wizard Hit Mummy is written by John Updike. See, John Updike is an American writer. He was born in 1932. He is a poet, critic, storyteller, novelist, etc. He was awarded Pulitzer Prize for Literature. See, this story, Should Wizard Hit Mummy, is based on a moral principle, or we can say that a moral issue. What is the moral issue? The moral issue is a question, that is whether the parents should always decide what the children should do, or let the children do what they want to do or like to do. So here you can see that the difference in the attitude of the people towards life. Before starting the lesson, let us see what is the meaning of wizard. Wizard means a male witch. Male witch, or we can say that a man who has magical powers. A man who has magical powers. Mummy means mother. So here the question is, should wizard hit or strike the mother? Okay, so before we start the lesson, you read it. Here is a story about the world view of a little child. A little child, a small child, has a different view about this world. And the difficult moral question she raises during the story session with her father. So here is a story session, and during this story session, she asks certain questions to her father. Okay, now let us see the story. In the evenings and for Saturday naps like today's, Jack told his daughter Jo a story out of his head. Here two important characters. One is Jack, okay, and another one is Jo. Jo is the daughter of Jack. So Jack, you see that father, he used to tell stories to his daughter. So when most of the evenings, that means in the evenings, and also Saturday naps, short sleep, especially afternoon. Okay, so short sleeps, that means during the day, at the time of short time sleep, he used to tell stories. Okay, which time? On which day? Saturdays. So Saturday naps as well as all other evenings, he used to tell stories to Jo and make her sleep. You might have seen that. Okay, our grandparents as well as parents, they used to tell stories to us, and by that they make us to sleep. And same like father also done the same thing. And what was the story? So here the stories told by Jack was his own creation. That means he created his own stories. He told this out of his head, out of his imagination. He created his own stories. This custom began when she was itself now nearly 2 years old. So when did this custom start? This tradition, this practice started when she was 2 years old. Now 2 years got over. That means, what is her age now? 4 years old. Okay? And his head felt empty. Now you see that his head felt empty. So many days you see that he has been creating stories. So now there was no ideas for the stories. So his head that became empty now. Each new story was a slight variation of the basic tale. That was his idea. When he told the story, he made a slight variation, a small change in the story and told to her. Okay, so basically the story was the same. Okay, only one thing was that he made a certain changes or variations in the variation of the basic story. A small creature, usually named Roger. So in all the stories, what was there? A small creature was there. So, and it was usually called, named as Roger. So all the creatures in the beginning, the first name that was given Roger. So which were the characters, main characters? You see that if he told a story about a fish, Roger Fish. If it was a story about a squirrel, Roger Squirrel. Then Roger Chimbunk. Okay. And all these small creatures, Roger, had certain problems. Okay. That means they met with certain problems. They had faced certain problems, this creature. So when these creatures, that can be Roger Fish or Roger Squirrel, whatever may be, they went to a wise old owl, okay, an intelligent owl. So this creature approached an owl. So the owl told him to go to the wizard. So when Roger went to the owl to solve the problem, what did the owl do? Owl directed or suggested Roger to go to wizard. Okay, as I told you, a person who has got magical powers or male witch. And wizard, what did he do? Wizard immediately solved the problem by using his magic spell. You know, magic spell, that means magic spell means a form of words used, okay, as magical charm. Some words are used as a magical charm, like Om, Kring, like that. Okay. So by using certain magical words, wizard solved the problem of Roger. And afterwards, he demanded some money. He demanded certain pennies or certain amount of money. And usually, the creature did not have that much money. So immediately, he asked the creature, he asked Roger to go to some specific place and get the money. And this was the usual story. Okay. And the creature had, but in the same breath, directing the animal to a place where the extra pennies could be found. So immediately wizard directed the Roger to go to a particular place where he could find out the extra amount of money. Then Roger was so happy. So from there, the creature has found out extra money and gave to wizard. And Roger was happy. And Roger used to go and play his games with the other creatures or other animals. And you see that, and he went home to his mother, who had been waiting for him. Okay, so very happily, the Roger went to his mother in the evening before his father's arrival from a place called Boston, and he used to come by train. So before the arrival of his father, he used to get home. Okay, and Roger was very happy, and there with his father and mother, he used to have supper. And Jack described the supper. So Jack described about the supper also. This was the usual story told by Jack to Joe. So he made slight variations only. He changed the characters. Like Roger, a fish, Roger Squirrel and all, and made some problems, new problems, and this way he narrated a story to Joe. See, and the story was over. Working his way through this scheme was especially fatiguing on Saturday. Fatigue means exhausting or cause to feel tired. So actually Jack felt really tired, especially on Saturdays. Why? Because already you see that he got tired of this daily routine. Every day he has to tell the story, and not only that, he was run out of the ideas. Okay, he lacked the ideas for the stories. He was run out of the ideas for the stories. And more than this, you see that Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore. Before, you see that after hearing the stories, especially on Saturday naps, she used to sleep immediately. But nowadays, you see that she never felt or fell asleep. Not fell asleep. And knowing this made right seem futile. Right means this practice or custom. Futile means useless, of no use. And that was the problem. One thing was that he was run out of ideas for the stories. And another thing, it was very difficult for him to make her sleep by telling the stories. Okay, she did not, yes, fall in sleep, especially during, yes, Saturdays. So these things, as a result of that, yeah, he felt, yes, that it was a waste of time. The little girl, not so little anymore. The little girl. Now, he says that he is not a little anymore. That means he is growing, sorry, she is growing up. And little, not little anymore. Why? Why does he say that she is not small now, little one now? Because the bumps her feet made under the covers were halfway down the bed. They are big double beds that they let her be in for naps and when she was sick. She was provided a double bed, especially for her naps, Saturday naps, as well as when she was sick. She could use it. And you see that the bumps or the bounces that her feet made while listening the story, you see that it came almost, yes, above, or we can say that under the covers, under the blankets, so halfway down the bed. That means when she stretched her legs, okay, while she was listening the stories, she used to stretch her legs. So when she stretched her legs, her legs under the cover, under the blankets, which came almost down half of the bed, okay, half down the bed. From that, he thought that she is growing up. She is not a small child now. So the little girl had at last arranged herself. So today you can see that the little girl, Jo, she had arranged herself. Why? Because she is getting ready to hear the story as well as to sleep. And from the way her fat face deep in the pillow. And how is she trying to sleep as well as to hear the story? Keeping her face, fat face deep on the, yes, deep in the pillow. And this pillow as well as her head shone, okay, brightened in the sunlight. Where from the sunlight came? The sunlight which was, yes, slighting, that means passing through the drawn shades. Drawn shades means pull down curtains. So from the windows, as the curtains were pulled down, sunlight that was falling over her face as well as a pillow. It did not seem fantastic. Fantastic means unreal or odd or strange. It did not seem strange or odd that some magic would occur. Occur means happen. And she would take her nap like an infant of 2. That means if some magic happened only, she would sleep like a small child at the age of 2. That means it was impossible for Jack. It was sure that the girl was not going to sleep then. Okay, already he knew very well that she was not sleeping after hearing the story as earlier. Now you see that the light that was falling over her face also, from this it was very much sure to him that the girl was not going to sleep fast. Her brother, what is the name of her brother? Bobby, was 2. He was 2 years old and already asleep. Already he was asleep with his bottle in his mouth. Already he was asleep. Jack asked, who shall the story be about today? So that time Jack asked to Joe, so who must be the character, the protagonist of this story for today's story? Roger. Joe squeezed her eyes shut. Squeezed means pressed. So Joe pressed her eyes shut and smiled to be thinking, and she smiled as if thinking. That means making him that she was thinking very deeply, and actually she was thinking also. Then her eyes opened. Immediately her eyes opened. Then her eyes that was like of her mother's eyes, blue eyes. She opened her blue eyes, then said, "Skunk." She said firmly. Firmly means very strongly she said, "Skunk." Skunk, you see that an animal looking like a rat. And it used to spray a liquid. Okay, so it used to spray a liquid which has got a very unpleasant smell or a foul smell. A new animal. So immediately he thought it is a new animal. They must talk about skunks at nursery school. Jack thought she might have learned about the skunk in her nursery school. That means her teachers might have taught about a skunk to her, a new animal. Having a fresh hero. Today he got a fresh hero for his story. So when he got a fresh hero, momentarily means for a moment, stirred Jack. Stirred means aroused. Okay, Jack to create enthusiasm. So immediately you see that Jack became more, his creative enthusiasm, interest, that aroused after getting a new hero. Today he got a new hero for his story. So immediately Jack became very creative and he became very much interested. All right, he said. Once upon a time, he started the story like this. Once upon a time, in the deep dark woods, in the deep forest, dark forest, there was a tiny little creature. There was a very small little creature by the name of Roger Skunk. And he smelled very bad. And you see that small, animal, little Roger Skunk smelled very bad. Yes, Joe said. He smelled so bad that none of the other little woodland creatures would play with him. He smelled very badly. As a result of that, you see that no other creatures of that deep forest play with him. No other animals were ready to play with him. John looked at him solemnly. Immediately John looked very seriously. She had not foreseen this. She had not thought about this or foreseen this, or we can say that seen it before, or she was not aware about this. Okay. Whenever he would go out to play, Jack continued. So whenever Roger Skunk, he went out to play, wherever he went to play, Jack continued with a zest. Zest means with great energy or with great enthusiasm. Jack continued. Whenever he would go outside to play, remembering certain humiliations of his own childhood. So remembering means recollecting some of his own experience, childhood experience. That means he also might have felt, he also might have emitted bad smell during his childhood and that got insulted by others. So thinking about these childhood memories, all of the other tiny animals would cry, he said. Whenever Roger Skunk went out to play, other small creatures, what did they do? They started crying. "Oh, here comes Roger's stinky tongue." They used to tell all together. They started teasing him. "Oh, here comes Roger's stinky." Stinky means emitting unpleasant smell, or we can say that having unpleasant smell. "Here comes Roger stinky skunk." They called such a way, and they would run away, telling that they used to run away from there. And Roger Skunk would stand there all alone. And Roger Skunk, that small animal, stood there all alone. And two little round tears would fall from his eyes. And immediately 2 round tears it used to fall from his eyes. The corners of Joe's mouth drooped down. And this point, you see that the corner of Joe's mouth drooped. Drooped means hung down. And her lower lip bent forward. The lower lip bent forward as he traced with a forefinger along the side of her nose the course of one of Roger Skunk's tears. Traced means tracked or copied. So Jack, what did he do? He copied in order to show. Then he copied the track, the path of the tear falling down from Roger, yes, skunk's yes, eyes. He moved his forefingers so just by nearby the nose of yes, Joe. And that time you see that her yes, mouth dropped, her mouth hung, as well as this lip, yes, the lower lips, what happened to it? Bent forward. Won't he see the owl? Immediately Joe asked her, won't he see the owl? Didn't he go to owl for the advice? She asked in a high and faintly roughened voice. Sitting on the bed beside her. So Jack was sitting by the side of Joe, okay, while narrating the story. Jack immediately felt the covers tuck means pull hard as her legs switched tensely. Switch means change the, yes, change the legs. So immediately when she changed her legs with great tension, he felt that the cover, the blanket that caught tight or pulled hard or pulled tight. He was pleased. That means he understood that his daughter was really tense as well as interested in the story. So he was very happy for a moment. At least she was, yes, she was really enjoying the yes, the story and believing that it was true. And he was pleased for a moment. He was telling her something true. He felt that he was, yes, telling something true as well as something she must know. That means by telling this story, he wanted to, yes, make the story more creative as well as real, intense as well as real, and give a message to her through the story. And had no wish to hurry on. So he thought, no need to hurry on. So I will take my own time. I will tell the story slowly so that I can pass a message to her. I can make it more creative. Such a way he thought. But downstairs you see that a chair scraped. Scraped means made a noise while dragging it. So somebody was doing the work. Who was that? Yes, he realized he must get down to help Claire paint the living room woodwork. So down, his wife Claire was doing some work. What was she doing? She was painting the woodwork of a living room. That time, the sound of dragging the chair was heard. Actually, he has to go and help his wife. So, what will he do? Will he continue the story? Whether he will go to help his wife? We will discuss about this in the next video. Okay. So, dear students, I hope all of you understood this part very well. So, please like and subscribe my channel. Also, yes, drop the comments. Thank you.